Good morning, everyone. Today's lesson is the past perfect simple tense and also the past perfect progressive. We will start with the usage of this tense, the past perfect simple. We use the past perfect simple for an action which was completed before a specific time in the past. Before a specific time or date in the past, we use the past perfect tense to express an action happened before this specific time. Like this example, they had dinner by 8 o'clock. It means before 8 o'clock, they completed having dinner. So they had their dinner, they had their dinner before 8 o'clock.
ميس أنا لسه داخلة وحضرتك عملتي حاجة؟
We are explaining the past perfect simple tense. Then we have the second usage or the second use for an action which was completed before another action in the past. When two actions happened in the past and one happened after the other, the first action must be in the past perfect simple tense and the second action will be in the past simple tense. Like this example, Sam had done all his shopping by the time we met. So, what is the first action here? Sam had done all his shopping, and then we met. So, if we have two actions happened in the past, one happened after the other, the first action must be in the past perfect simple tense, and the second action must be in the past simple tense. How can we form the past perfect simple tense? By using had plus the past participle of the verb. So we took two usages or two uses of the past perfect simple tense. The first use when an action happened before a specific time in the past, and the second use when with two actions happened in the past, the first action must be in the past perfect simple tense. The form is had plus the past participle of the verb. Had plus the past participle of the verb. Mute your mic حبيبتي. Malak, mute your mic. Okay. What are the time expressions or the words that we can use with the past perfect simple tense? As soon as, after, before, by, the time. All of these are the words that we can use with the past perfect simple tense. When two actions happened in the past, the first action is expressed in the past perfect and the second action is expressed in the past simple. How can we order them? How can or where can I put the first action and the second action? With using as soon as and after, we can use the first action after as soon as and after immediately, and the second action will be in the second sentence. If I put as soon as or after in the middle, I will use after it the first action. So as soon as and after must be followed by the first action, which happened before the second action, and it must be in the past perfect simple tense. Like this example, after the teacher had arrived, what is the first action? It's had arrived. The students sat down. After the teacher had arrived, the students sat down. The students sat down as soon as the teacher had arrived. So I can use after or as soon as at the beginning or in the middle of the two sentences. But they must be followed by the first action, which must be in the past perfect simple tense. What about before and by the time? As soon as is equal before, and before is equal by the time. They must be followed by the second action or the past simple tense. And the second sentence will be the first action, which is the past perfect simple tense. Like the same example, before the students sat down, past simple, the teacher had arrived. So with before and by the time, we use the second action, which is in the past simple tense. Can I put by the time or before in the middle? Of course we can, but it must be followed, as we said before, by the past simple tense, which is the second action, not the first action. What happened first? The teacher had arrived. And what happened after that? The students sat down. So, by using by the time and before, they must be followed by the past simple tense, which is the second action, the action that happened later after the first action. What about until? Until has got a different rule. Its rule is until must be put in the middle of the sentence. Must be put in the middle of the sentence. And the first sentence must be in past simple but in negative form. But in negative form, remember, it's too important. And the second sentence which followed until must be in the past perfect tense, which is the first action. So until always comes in the middle of the two sentences, and the first sentence must be in the past simple form but in negative form, and the second sentence which follows until must be in the past perfect tense, which is the first action. Like this example, the same example. The students didn't sit down. We changed it. The students sat down into negative. The students didn't sit down until the teacher had arrived. It means that the second action hadn't been done, but after it was did, or it was done by or after this first action. So the second action hadn't been done. It had done after the first action. This is until. Do you have any problem? Let's go and take all you need in practice.
Yes,
We will have practice. Yes.
I don't understand until.
Again, let's say until again. Until has a different rule. Its rule is its rule is different. It must come in the middle of the sentence. It must come in the middle of two sentences, and it must be or it must come after the negative form of the past simple and then the past perfect. Like this example, the students didn't sit down, past simple in negative form, until the teacher had arrived. I didn't watch TV until I had done my homework. Okay, so until comes in the middle of the two sentences, and the first sentence must be in the past simple in negative form. The second action hadn't been done. Okay, until the first action happened. Until the first action had happened. Did you get it, my dear?
Yes,
Okay, let's go to the practice. It's rewrite. Number one, I corrected my project and then I typed it up. Uh, Two actions in the past simple. We want to use after. By using after, you have to see where is the first action, which action that was happened first. Corrected my project or typed it. What is the first action? It's corrected my project. So I will put it in the past perfect tense, which is had plus the past participle of the verb, form of the verb. So it will be, and after comes in the A capital. So it will be, who knows the answer? Who can answer this? Yes, Nurallah, can you answer it?
ميس انا دخلت متأخر، فانا ما لحقتش غير شفت انتل بس.
Okay, let's join
فهو
together. Malak Tamer Sarwat. Can you answer it? Malak Tamer Sarwat.
ايمس.
يلا حبيبتي, can you answer it? Put after at the
Yes.
beginning and change corrected in had plus the past participle of the verb. ها.
After I tied it up.
No, no, no. What is the first action?
After I
Corrected.
corrected.
Put it in the past perfect form. Had plus the past participle. After I had hmm,
After I had corrected my
corrected
project.
corrected
Corrected
my
my
My project,
project.
omit
I type.
and write instead of it, comma, and then we will omit it and write,
I
huh,
type.
I
I
typed.
type it up.
Excellent. After after I had corrected my project, I typed it up. Excellent. Type. In this sentence, after I had
Miss هو
corrected
ده
my
في كتاب؟
project, yes, the grammar of module 5A. After I had
Page what?
corrected my project, look at the screen. We don't need the book now. When we come to the book, I will tell you. After I had corrected my project, I typed it up. Huh, who can use in this sentence before? Before is followed by past simple, not by past perfect. So I will change the places. Who knows the answer? Hmm. Yes. Hannah.
Me,
Hannah Ayman. Yes, Hannah.
before I typed my project up,
Hmm.
comma, I had corrected it.
Excellent. Well done. Before I typed my project up, I had corrected it. Well done. Let's go to use until. In this sentence, I want to use until. Before I typed my project up, I had corrected it. Who can use until? Until always comes in the middle of the two sentences, and we put before it the past simple, which is the second action in negative form. Who can do it
Miss
for me?
ممكن أقولها؟
Yes, what's your name?
ملك.
Yes, Malak. Hmm.
I type my project up.
حبيبتي, we must change this sentence into negative. Change it into negative. I
Ah,
didn't.
I didn't type my
Hmm.
project up
Until.
until
Hmm.
I had corrected it.
Excellent. I didn't type my project up until I had corrected it. So again, for the one who has just entered our meeting, we are explaining the past perfect tense, the past perfect simple tense. Its form is had plus the past participle of the verb. We use it to express an action that happened before specific time in the past, or with two actions. One happened first and the second action happened after it. We can use with it after, before, as soon as, or by the time. After is equal as soon as. They must be followed by the past participle or the past perfect tense. But before is followed by the second action, which is in the past simple tense. With until, we put until in the middle, and we put before it the past simple in negative form, and after it the first action in the past perfect simple tense. Let's go to number two. The rain stopped and then the children played tennis. Two actions happened, one happened after the other. What is the first action, or where is the first action? The rain stopped and then the children played tennis. The first action is the rain stopped. So I will put it in the past or past perfect tense. Had plus the past participle. But as soon as is followed by the past participle of the verb. So who
ميس
can do it? Yes.
انتوا اخدتوا ايه علشان انا لسه داخله الحصه دلوقتي عشان
Listen to us and you will know. Who knows the answer? Ganna? Do you know Ganna Osama Mustafa? Yes, Ganna.
Yeah.
Hmm. Can you answer it? Start with as soon as.
As soon as the rain
Hmm.
stopped,
We have to use had. After, as soon as the rain had stopped,
the children
comma,
played
the
tennis.
child, excellent, the children played tennis. So as soon as the rain had stopped, the children played tennis. Well done. In this sentence, I want you to use by the time. By the time is equal before, so we will change the places. Hmm. Who knows the answer? Yes, Nurallah, do you know the answer? Do you know the answer? طب آلاء أحمد, do you know the answer?
Yes, by
Yes.
the time the children played tennis,
Hmm.
the children played tennis by the time the rain had stopped.
No, start with by the time. By the time is followed by the second action, past simple. Huh? Again.
By the time the children played tennis, the rain had stopped.
Excellent. By the time the children played tennis, the rain had stopped. And in this sentence, we want you to use until, so it will be the children. Huh? Who can answer it? The children didn't play tennis until the rain had stopped. This is the form of until. Okay, let's go to this exercise. Rewrite the following sentences.
By the time.
By the time is
please?
equal before. By the time is equal before. It must be followed by past simple, the second action. Rewrite the following sentences using words in brackets. Number 1, before I came home, I had bought some sweets. Who can use in this sentence until?
Can I make it?
What's your name?
Noor.
Yalla Noor.
Okay. I had
Until حبيبتي, until must come in the middle, and the first sentence is the past simple tense in negative form. Where is the second action which is in the past simple? Came
the
home,
first
or
one.
so change it into negative.
I didn't
Hmm.
come home
Hmm.
until I had bought some sweets.
Excellent, well done. I didn't come home until I had bought some sweets. Did you get the point? Did you get the point? Did you understand?
Yes, miss.
Okay, let's go to the second one. After mom had cooked lunch, she served it. Yes,
If we will use until, we have to make the first sentence negative.
negative in the past simple, negative. It's the rule of until.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. After mom had cooked lunch, she served it by the time. By the time. Who knows?
Can I say it?
Who are you?
I am Ala.
You answered Ala. I want a new one. Malak Amr. Malak Amr.
Yes, miss.
Answer it. Start with by the time. By the time is followed by
By the
by the past simple, which is the second action. What is the past simple here?
she served it.
She served it. So start with by the time and add this sentence after it. By the time.
By the time mom had cooked lunch, she served.
No, my dear. We said by the time is followed by this sentence, the past simple tense. Again, by the time.
By the time mom
Served lunch.
lunch,
Comma. She.
she had cooked it.
Excellent. By the time mom served lunch, she had cooked it. Time. Let's go to number 3. They went to the amusement park as soon as they had finished all their homework. He wants you to use before. Before is followed by the second action, which is in the past simple tense. Who can answer it? I want a new face. Yes. Ayat, Arwa, any one of you. Basma Ramadan. Who knows? Juji Abdurrahman. I want a new one. Lamar. Salma. Khadija. Who can answer it? Who can answer it? Juji Khalid. Juji Khalid. Can you answer it? Can you answer it? طيب. Ala, can you answer it?
Khaled. Miss,
Yes.
Miss, can you hear me? I'm
Yes.
Khaled.
طب يلا حتي answer it.
ماشي.
They went to the amusement park as soon as they had finished all their homework. Before. Before is followed by the past simple tense. Hmm.
Before
Hmm.
they went to the amusement park,
Comma,
they
excellent.
had
They
finished
had,
all the homework.
excellent, well done, Juji. Before they went to the amusement park, they had finished all their homework. Well done. Let's
Teacher,
go
can
to
I
number
tell you
4.
something?
Yes,
Teacher,
yes, I can hear you.
I just entered because I have an internet I just entered because I have an internet connection problem.
Let's go to number 4. Mute your mic, حبيبتي. Number
I
4,
just
who can
entered.
read? Who can read? Who can read and answer? I didn't enter the shop. Who can read this sentence? Yes, Hannah Ayman. Read this sentence.
I didn't enter the shop until I had put on my mask.
After.
After uh, after I had put on my mask, I entered the shop.
Entered the shop. Excellent. After is followed by the first action, which is in the past perfect tense. I entered the shop. You can put after in the middle. I entered the shop after I had put on my mask, or after I had put on my mask, I entered the shop. They are the same. Okay. This is our session for today. Do you have any question?
ميس أنا
Okay.
ما حضرتش لما حضرتك شرحتي.
Okay, thank you for your time and goodbye. You can watch to the video on the Telegram. I'm going to send you the video on Telegram. Thank you for your time and goodbye.